Greetings, I'm Kathy Green with Christian News and Interviews. I would like for you to grab some tea or some juice or some coffee and have a seat because this one's going to take a little time. I'm about to share with you about Pastor, Reverend, Dr. Stricjavvar Strickland. Woo! What a name. And it's going to take a minute. I would like to warn you that this one is going to be rated mature, MA, for adult audiences. So if there are any children around listening, this will be a good time for you to take the child to another room, turn on the cartoons, etc., etc. So just warning you that this one's rated MA for mature audiences. Okay, so the first time Reverend Dr. Pastor, Minister Stricjavvar, his first name is Stricjavvar, his nickname is Strick, and his last name is Strickland. You can't make this stuff up. But the first time he became known in terms of being on the news was back in 2000, I believe, 17 or 18, surrounding a death. And so what I'm going to do is read to you part of an article. And of course, I always link my articles below so you can read them for yourself. But he was first in the news in 2017 or 18 because there was a death. And his name came up in the death. So I'm going to read to you part of the article. A 79-page police report released Thursday provides details behind the killing of Ania Mack, particularly the argument she and her boyfriend had regarding the nature of her relationship with her pastor, the Reverend Dr. Stricjavvar Strickland. Mack, a Western Michigan University student, was found dead in June after her ex-boyfriend, Donovan Lewis, led police to her body in the Comstock Creek. Mack had previously been reported missing. While police went to Mack's apartment to look for her, Lewis approached the officers, put his hands behind his back, and said, quote, "Just take me in, man. We'll talk about it on the way." According to investigative report from the Kalamazoo Public Safety Department, Lewis, a former Kalamazoo Valley Community College basketball player, also told the officers, quote, "I killed my girlfriend." While on the way to police headquarters, Lewis told police he was angered by the type of relationship Mack appeared to be having with Strickland. Mack was a member of the church and was also driving what he believed to be a church-owned car. Lewis said he discovered the relationship by going through Mack's phone. Lewis found text messages dated June 16 that appeared to be from Strickland to Mack saying, "I'm trying to give you the best DICK of your life, but you running from it." Lewis told police that before he killed her, he and Mack got into an argument about the text messages and the nature of the relationship with the pastor. Now I'm going to skip many paragraphs and go down to the last. Well, this is not the last paragraph, but I'm going to this is going to be the last one I'm going to read pertaining to this story, and then I'll link it below. After Lewis was arrested, he led police to Mack's body in the Comstock Creek. Lewis admitted to police that he hit Mack in the head and then slit her throat. Lewis, a former YMCA lifeguard, then put Mack's body into a suitcase and swam into the Comstock Creek and buried the body. Now, if that's not something out of a horror movie, I'd like to know what is. But note whose name came up. Reverend Dr. Minister Pastor Strick. His name came up. Fast forward to 2000 and I guess around 19. And Reverend Strick's name shows up again on the news. And this time it's probably even more salacious. Kalamazoo, Michigan. Court documents filed Tuesday show how police say a well-known pastor and his wife used their positions with Kalamazoo Public Schools and a Kalamazoo church to coerce and pay 4 teenage boys for sex. The probable cause document submitted by Michigan State Police lays out the 11 felony charges against Reverend Stricjavvar Strickland of Second Baptist Church, including trafficking children for sex, child sex abuse, the alleged incidents all happened in Kalamazoo County between 2015 and 2018 with the teens, who were between the ages of 15 and 17 at the time. State police say Strickland paid the teenage boys $100 to $200 to have sex with his wife or paid them to send him nude photos. 2 of the 4 alleged victims were students at KPS's Phoenix High School, where Strickland's wife, Jazmonique Strickland, worked. Reverend Strickland also worked for Kalamazoo Public Schools for a period of time as a paraprofessional in the district's middle school alternative learning programs. One of the alleged victims, told investigators he was given a car and in exchange, he allowed Strickland to perform oral sex on him. Another alleged victim told police that his grandmother had arranged for Strickland to mentor him and that Strickland and the teen met for the first time at the school. It is also alleged in the documents that the pastor engaged in similar behavior years ago with his ex-wife while they lived in Mississippi. And so I'm going to skip to Strickland's wife, Jazmonique. Okay, she's now been arrested. Kalamazoo, Michigan. The wife of a former Kalamazoo pastor, already charged with sex crimes, is now being charged herself. Kalamazoo's county prosecutors on Thursday, January the 14th, 2021, filed 8 felony warrants against 27-year-old Jazmonique Strickland. Her husband, Stricjavvar Strickland, was charged with 11 felony counts in August. Police have accused him of paying teens to have sex with his wife as he watched. Along with other crimes, prosecutors said they have been in contact with Jazmonique Strickland's attorney, and she is expected to turn herself in early next week, although an arraignment date was not immediately known. According to court records, her husband's case, 2 males who were students at Phoenix High School during the 17 and 18 school year told a detective they were paid $100 each on separate occasions to have sex with Jazmonique Strickland. The pastor also paid one of the boys money to send him nude photos, the detective alleged. Stricjavvar Strickland is a former pastor at Second Baptist Church in Kalamazoo. He also previously served as the NAACP Kalamazoo chapter president from 2016 to 2018. His wife was a secretary at Phoenix High School at one point. Court records show that Jazmonique Strickland is charged with 2 counts of third-degree sexual criminal conduct involving a student, 1 count of third-degree criminal sexual conduct involving a person between 13 and 15 years old, 2 counts of child sexually abusive activity, and 3 counts of human trafficking of a minor for commercial sexual activity. Saints, do you have a headache yet? I do. Watch your children like a hawk.